"If you can't pay, then just be my second wife," he said, sipping Lipton like he was offering me a job. I wish I was joking. I wish this was one of those "you won't believe what happened to me" kind of stories that end in a laugh. But this is my actual life. My name is Sade, single mother of one, unofficial queen of managing, and at this point, unofficial prisoner of a certain face cap wearing landlord named Pa Monday. Yes, Monday. That's his real name. And ironically, every Monday morning, he appears at my door like a ghost of poverty past. You see, life in Lagos is not for the weak. Between feeding my 5-year-old son, David, paying for his school fees, keeping my Okrika boutique running, and trying not to lose my mind, rent just slipped. 1 month turned into 2, 2 turned into 3. And that's when Pa Monday showed up with his unsolicited offer. That morning, I had just warmed the leftover jollof rice, 1 spoon left, split it between myself and David, with him getting the lion's share. I was still chewing slowly, pretending. I was full when I heard the dreaded knock. Knock, knock. Not once, not twice. 3 solid knocks. The kind that says, "I'm not leaving." I opened the door halfway, already rehearsing the same excuse I'd given for the past 3 weeks. "I'll pay you next week, sir." But before I could even speak, he stepped inside like it was his father's compound. "Sade," he said, adjusting his trouser that refused to sit on his waist. "Let me not stress you, I have solution." That was the first red flag. Solution in Lagos usually means wahala. I blinked. "Solution, sir." He smiled. The kind of smile you see in Nollywood. Movies just before the villain strikes. "Yes, see, you're a fine girl. Hard-working. You cook well. I can smell it from my flat. So why are you stressing yourself?" I didn't like where this was going. I slowly shifted closer to the door, ready to fake a fainting spell. Then he dropped the bomb. "If you can't pay, then just be my second wife." Sorry. What? For a moment I thought he was joking. I looked around the room for hidden cameras. Maybe it was a prank show, maybe a buka would walk in clapping, but no. Pa Monday was dead serious. "Wife?" I asked, with my eyes wide like NEPA just restored light. He nodded, sitting on my plastic chair like he had bought it. "Yes, now. I have only one wife in the village. She's not even on Facebook. You'll be here in Lagos. Second wife. In charge of the Face Me, I Face You compound." I could feel my ancestors staring at me in disbelief. My father didn't fight in the Biafran War for this. I laughed, loud and long, not because it was funny, but because if I didn't laugh, I might scream. "Sir, with all due respect, I would rather mop the ocean with a toothbrush than marry you," I said, trying to push him out gently. He shrugged, unfazed. "Think about it, oh. You'll eat free, live free, and still be collecting bride price in monthly installment." From that day, Pa Monday switched tactics. First week, he started accidentally locking the compound gate so I'd beg him. Second week, he told the neighborhood that I was considering his proposal. Third week, he started sending me food, amala and gabegiri, with a flower on the tray. Now I'm stuck in the weirdest love triangle ever. Me, poverty, and a landlord with love handles. But it gets worse. Just when I thought things couldn't get any more ridiculous, guess who shows up to my shop with a ring and a photographer? His wife. Yes, his real first wife from the village. She said, and I quote, "Since my husband wants to marry you, let me see if you have the hips to carry our family lineage." Now the entire street is talking. My neighbors avoid eye contact. My son keeps asking why Uncle Monday calls me Iyawo, and I'm considering packing into my church if they'll let me sleep behind the altar. The next Saturday, I wore my most anti-wife material outfit. A faded tie and dye wrapper, hairnet, mismatched slippers, and face like I chewed bitter leaf for breakfast. I wanted to send a clear message. This is not your dream bride, but Pa Monday. Oh, he came prepared. White kaftan, cheap sunglasses. sprayed his body with so much body spray that mosquitoes collapsed mid-air. He had this grin like he just won a wife on promo Friday. "Let's go ayawo," he said, offering me his elbow like we were on a red carpet. I hissed so loud, even his ancestors flinched. We walked down to his sitting room, one that still had the plastic on the chairs like they were expecting Jesus. And there they were, 4 men and 2 women, all looking me up and down like I was a goat on sale at mile 12. "This is the beautiful Sade I told you about," he said, puffing his chest like a turkey. "She's shy, but she's ready." "Ready? Who is ready?" I cleared my throat. "Good. Afternoon. Before you people start sharing bride price list, let me explain something." The monologue. That broke the compound. I stood up. My wrapper shifted. I didn't care. I'm not here because I want to marry anybody. I'm here because somebody's landlord thinks hunger is proposal. Because I owe rent, he wants to turn me into a second wife. But let me ask, how many cows did your first wife's family collect? Eh? How many yams? And now because rent is enwa 20,000, you want to use marriage to collect change. His uncle coughed, but I didn't stop. I'm raising a son on my own, selling clothes in the sun, in the rain. I wake up by 5 a.m. to hustle, and now the reward is polygamy. May thunder not confuse me. Suddenly, Mama Monday, aka the first wife, stood up and clapped twice. That's why I said it. I said this Lagos girl has fire in her. Monday, look at her. You want to turn her to second wife when you can't even fix the borehole. See? As she's talking with sense. She walked over to me and whispered, "You sure say you don't want to marry Am? Because me, I go pack leave Am for you." I shook my head violently. "Ma, please. I just want my peace, not your property." But Pa Monday wasn't done. After I stormed out, I thought the madness had ended. I thought maybe, just maybe I could go back to begging NEPA and hawking vintage jeans in peace. But no. That night, as I tried to rest, I heard a soft knock on my door. I opened it. No one, just a bag of rice, a whole 25 kilos, with a note attached. "If you change your mind, I'm still available. Love, Pa Monday." Now the whole compound is divided. Some are calling me Iyawo elect and telling me to just collect the rice and marry. Some are warning me to move out before he starts saying I led him on. One neighbor, Auntie Bola, even offered to let me squat in her room for a while. "Just until this man removes marriage from his brain," she said. "David? He's no help. He keeps asking, 'Mummy, is Uncle Monday going to be my new daddy?' Now I have to attend church with makeup and extra anointing oil. Because this man is not only persistent, he now claims God showed him in a dream that I'm his missing rib. But guess what? I have a plan. I'm talking to a social media influencer to post my story. I've secretly recorded some of his wildest love speeches. I'm thinking of going viral. Not for fame, but for freedom. Because in this Lagos, if you don't fight your landlord with wisdom, next thing he'll rename your flat wife quarters. I did it. I finally posted it. The video was less than 2 minutes, but it held the weight of 3 months of unpaid rent, 5 months of frustration, and one highly delusional landlord's obsession. I titled it, "My Landlord Wants to Marry Me Because I'm Broke. Lagos is Not Real." I wore my pink bonnet, held my phone with a shaky hand, and spoke directly into the camera. "You people, come and see what I'm facing." Because I owe rent, this man said I should become his second wife. Not pay small, or, not extension or, he said, quote, "Be my second wife and let us grow old together." Someone that doesn't even flush after using the toilet. Please, is this love or soft kidnapping? By morning, the video had 32,000 views. By afternoon, It hit 120K. Comments started flying in like pepper soup at a Yoruba wedding. Omo! This Lagos go make you marry for Wi-Fi. Please marry him and collect title deed. We move. Drop his number a beg. I want to price him for rent. Even an Instagram blog reposted it with the caption, Landlord turned lover, when house. Rent becomes dowry. But Pa Monday, he entered celebrity mode instead of shame. My landlord entered influencer mode. He wore dark shades, started walking around the compound like a rapper from Surulere, and changed his WhatsApp DP to his old wedding photo, with the caption, still available, second wife position open. He even wrote a song, a whole song. One evening I heard him in the backyard singing, Sade me don't let me go. I'll cancel rent, just say hello. My head was spinning. I confronted him. Pa Monday, are you mad or just creatively insane? He just smiled, doing the Zanku dance like it was a proposal rehearsal. You're trending, Sade. We're famous now. Let's build on it. Then came the TV interview. Yes, you read that right. A small online TV station reached out to me. Sade, we want to share your story. This is about women's dignity and poverty in Nigeria, they said. I agreed, partly to expose the madness, partly to distract myself from eating soaked Gary again. But the moment we started filming in front of the compound, Pa Monday brought out a banner from nowhere. It read, Team Sade and Monday, 2024, love is greater than rent. I almost passed out. Meanwhile, back in the compound, everything is upside down. Mama Monday has become my biggest supporter. She brings me soup, helps me with David, even gave me wrapper and said, whether or not you marry him, you must eat. The other tenants now take sides. The younger girls have created a TikTok dance to the song, Cancel Rent, Say Hello. The older women are calling a prayer meeting. This is how Jezebels enter home through rent, one shouted. The men? They're using it as an excuse not to pay their own rent. Pa. Monday, if Sade gets rent-free love, what of us? We're all your children in this compound, one guy cried with a straight face. But the story takes a twist. Last night around 11 p.m., I got a call from an unknown number. Hello? Is this Miss Sade? Yes. Who's this? This is Barrister A.O. I represent a real estate company in Lekki. We saw your story. We'd like to offer you a short-term housing contract and some rent support in exchange for a brand campaign. I nearly dropped my phone into my bowl of EBA, a brand deal, for surviving madness. I haven't told Pa Monday yet, but I plan to move. Oh! And I'm going to surprise him before I leave. Let's just say I found his real marriage certificate, and his real name is not even Monday. The plan was simple. Move out. Leave quietly. Block Pa Monday. Reclaim my peace. But Lagos will not let you be soft, especially not when drama is already trending. The morning I was supposed to leave, compound children had already gathered in front of my door like it was a movie premiere. Auntie Sade, are you really leaving? Is Uncle Monday coming with you? Please sing that rent song one more time. I smiled politely, packed my Ghana must go bags, and quietly waited for the bolt ride from the real estate company. They had arranged a 2-bedroom apartment for me in Ogudu. Cute kitchen, real toilet seat, no, if you flush, don't bathe situation. As I carried the last bag outside, there he was, standing in his singlet, wrapper, and crocodile slippers. Pa Monday. He looked at me with moist eyes and trembling lips, like I was leaving with both his heart and NEPA meter. You're really going? He asked, voice low. Yes, sir. I'm finally choosing peace. He scratched his head, the one that hadn't seen a barbershop since COVID. Sade, I know, I joked too much. But I meant what I said. You're a good woman. You didn't have to shame me online. I paused. For once he sounded almost human. I replied gently, I didn't shame you. You shamed yourself when you thought love should be bought with rent. Then I entered the car, drove off. I thought that was it, but it wasn't. Oh, it wasn't. 10 minutes later, I got a WhatsApp message from Mama Monday. Sade, come back home, or at least turn on Channels TV. You need to see this. Channels TV? I opened my phone, and what did I see? Live from Ijegunle, a middle-aged man crying, holding a large cardboard sign. Sade, forgive me. I only wanted love. I'm sorry. Behind him, drummers, dancers, a banner that read, Welcome home, my heart. I am now rent-free forever. It was a proposal rally in front of the whole compound, on television, nationwide. I screamed so loud even the driver hit the brakes. Meanwhile, in Ogudu, the new apartment was calm. Fresh paint, working fan, a fridge that didn't grow icebergs. But my name, it was everywhere, on gossip blogs, on WhatsApp family groups. Even my church women's fellowship messaged, We thank God for your deliverance. From Temptation, Sister Sade, plus attend night vigil this Friday. I finally sat down, sighed, and poured myself cold zobo. But then I noticed something strange, an envelope. Under the rug, I picked it up. It was addressed to me. From the wife you never knew existed. The third wife inside. The envelope was a handwritten letter. Dear Sade, you don't know me. My name is Rhoda. I'm Pa Monday's real second wife. We married in Badagry 6 years ago, before Mama Monday came back from the village. He told me I was the only one. Then I saw you on Instagram. You're not the problem, he is. Let's talk. I almost dropped my zobo. So now, it's not second wife drama. It's third wife alliance. And I just moved to Ogudu. I thought this was the end. But no. Now I have a new mission, unite with wife number 2. Expose Pa Monday once and for all. And possibly produce a web series. First of all, I didn't even know men like Pa Monday had the energy for one wife, let alone 3. His trousers barely stayed on his waist. But life, my sister, life will humble you. That same evening, I arranged to meet Rhoda, wife number 2, at a buka in Yaba. Not even a fancy one. The kind where you sit on plastic chairs, and if you're lucky, the cat under the table won't steal your pomo. Rhoda walked in, tall, caramel-skinned, with short, natural hair and pepper-red lipstick. She was carrying a file. I got scared. Is this a court case or a family meeting? I joked. She sat down, dropped the file like it was a crime report, and said, Sis, you're not the only one who has suffered. The confession files inside. That file was evidence. Real FBI-style evidence. Photocopy of her marriage certificate, dated 2018. Screenshots of chats where he promised her land in Mo. Even a list of women she had suspected over the years. And guess what? I was number 4 on that list. She leaned in and whispered, I'm not mad at you. I want to bring this man down, but I can't do it alone. My eyes widened. Bring him down how? She sipped her malt and said calmly, Expose him, publicly, fully, with receipts. We'll start with the wives' support Zoom meeting. Yes. She said Zoom. Turns out Rhoda had created a secret WhatsApp group, Monday's Victims Anonymous. Current members, Rhoda, wife number 2. Cecilia, ex-girlfriend turned co-tenant. Ngozi, his neighbor who caught him using her DSTV subscription. Me, Sade, chairlady of unpaid rent proposals. That night we had a Zoom call. Rhoda presented PowerPoint slides like it was NYSC orientation. Slide 1, Pa Monday's lies and laundry habits. Slide 2, how he collects love and rent together. Slide 3, action plan. Cecilia from Benin kept saying, "This man must suffer. I swear, I go carry am for shrine." Ngozi offered to leak audio recordings of his romantic threats. Me? I was still trying to believe all this was real life. Meanwhile, in the compound, guess who heard about the Zoom call? Mama Monday, the first wife, the legal certified OG. She called me the next morning. "Sade, so now you are forming Avengers against my husband? If you want to destroy a man, at least give him breakfast first." I sighed. "Mama, please." "He brought this on himself," she paused. "So when are we meeting? I want to join the Zoom." "Yes." The first wife joined us. She changed her name in the Zoom to Mother of Chaos and even submitted Exhibit A, a video of Pa Monday massaging his own feet and singing about bride price discounts. But Lagos had other plans. The moment we planned to go live with our evidence, something happened. Someone was faster. A Twitter account, Rent for Love NG, posted a 5-minute mashup of our stories. With sound effects, background music, even subtitles. It went viral overnight. 2 million views in 24 hours. Pa Monday's picture was trending under the hashtag, From Landlord to Lovelord. Everybody has an opinion. Pastors are using him as sermon examples. Relationship experts are debating, should love cancel death? Someone even designed a t-shirt, "Owe rent, get married," selling N$6,500 per piece. And me, I'm now being invited to speak at women in housing empowerment seminars. Last week, I sat on a panel next to an actress who played a wicked landlord in a Yoruba film. But it's not over yet, because just this morning, I got a letter, hand-delivered, stamped. It read, "Dear Sade, I, Monday Ezekiel Oho, am suing you and your co-wives for defamation of character, emotional damage, and digital bullying. See you in small claims court. Sincerely, your ex-future husband." Oh, it's on. The courtroom was hotter than Lagos traffic at 4 p.m. Small claims court, they said. But there was nothing small about the drama that was about to unfold. Sitting across from me was Pa Monday, in full agbada. Yes, full agbada with dark shades indoors. He was holding a Bible in one hand and a plastic ring box in the other, like he wasn't sure if he was in court or at an altar. I sat in the defendant's seat, surrounded by Rhoda, second wife with vengeance in her blood, Cecilia, the ex-girlfriend. With a file of screenshots, Mama Monday, the legal first wife, now wearing lace and red lipstick like she came to scatter wedding, not attend court. And Ngozi, who kept shouting, "Tell the judge about the DSTV." Our squad was looking like the real housewives of Yaba Federal Housing. The charges? According to Pa Monday, we had ruined his name, damaged his love life, scattered his future family plan, and worst of all, made his tenants refuse to pay rent because love is now currency. He stood up to defend himself. "Your Honor, I was only trying to be a helper. I offered marriage as a solution. I never forced anyone. It was a mutual proposal." The judge blinked. "You asked her to marry you because she owed rent," he smiled proudly. "Yes, sir. I call it romantic rent resolution. It's modern love, Lagos style." The judge removed his glasses slowly. "Are you all right at all?" The evidence parade. Rhoda stepped up first. She brought out her wedding certificate and pictures of herself and Pa Monday in matching Ankara from 2018. "This man married me in secret. Then came to Lagos and started collecting wives like house rent receipts." Cecilia dropped printouts of their chat. PM. "Come and collect 2G Glide data and maybe some love." CEC. "Oga, I just want light in my room." PM. "Light is from above." My heart too. Ngozi played a voice note where he said, "If Sade says no, I still have plan B. I'll promote her to landlady and demote her dignity." The courtroom gasped. Even the court clerk removed her wig and shouted, "Ah, this man is mad!" Mama Monday's final blow. The judge asked her, "Madam, you're his legal wife. Do you support him?" She stood tall and said, "Your Honor, even. Jesus said, love your neighbor. But he never said marry them because they owe you money." She turned to her husband and pointed, "You think you're romantic, but you're just a disgrace in love and in plumbing." The toilet hasn't flushed since 2020. Laughter exploded in the courtroom. Even the judge chuckled. The verdict. The judge banged his gavel. "I am not here for comedy, but clearly this man has made marriage a business venture. Therefore, I dismiss this case and advise Mr. Monday to seek both legal and spiritual counseling." Then he looked at me. "Sade, I hope you've paid your rent?" I stood. "Your Honor, I moved out. I now stay in a place where the only thing expected of me is to flush the toilet." Crowd. "Gibam!" But guess what? As we were walking out of the court, a young reporter ran up to me with a microphone. "Miss Sade, quick question. How does it feel to be Nigeria's most wanted tenant?" Before I could respond, a man in a suit stepped out of a black Prado and handed me a card. "Good day, madam. We're producing a new TV series. It's called Rent and Romance. You're exactly the kind of real-life story we want." I blinked. "TV series?" He smiled. "Imagine this. Single mom turns down landlord's proposal, builds her brand, and becomes a landlady herself. You in?" I turned to Rhoda. She nodded slowly, smirking. "Let's turn your pain into production." The audition that changed everything. 2 weeks after the court drama, I was seated inside a real TV studio for the first time in my life. Lights, camera, air conditioning. Not the one that makes noise like generator. Real cold breeze that felt like London. The producer handed me a script. "We're going to change the name, of course. You'll play yourself. But we're calling the show Face Me, I Love You." I laughed so hard I almost choked on my Zobo. I agreed. Not because I wanted fame, but because I wanted the world to know. You can be broke, but never broken. Meanwhile, Pa Monday was still moving. But after losing the case, you'd think he would lie low. But no. He printed T-shirts that read, "Romantic Landlord. I love, I rent, I rule." He tried to submit an audition tape to the producers, acting out his version of our story. He even wore a brown suit and said, "This was our love story before feminism destroyed it." Producers rejected him in 15 seconds. But did he stop? No. He started giving relationship advice for tenants on Facebook Live. 3 people watched. One of them was his dog. Sade's Real Come Up, the show aired. People loved it. Every Thursday night, the whole street gathered to watch. When I finally moved into my new apartment, someone from the past showed up. David's father, my ex. He sent a long message. "Sade, I'm proud of you. You turned pain into power. Can we talk?" I replied with a voice note. "I just finished paying rent with my own money. I don't need more men. I need more peace." 1 year later, I own the very house where I used to squat. Yes, that same Face Me, I Face You. I bought it, renovated it, installed prepaid meter in every room, painted the walls soft cream, fixed the plumbing. And guess what? I made Mama Monday the new caretaker. She now collects rent legally and peacefully. No marriage proposals included. As for Pa Monday, he now stays in the boys' quarters. Rent-free. Of course. The moral of the story, sometimes life will corner you into humiliation. People will try to take advantage of your need, especially as a woman. They'll think your silence means submission, that your hunger means desperation. But what they forget is this. When a woman chooses dignity over disgrace, peace over pressure, and wisdom over shortcuts, her story doesn't end in pity. It becomes power. I owed 3 months' rent. Now I'm the landlord. And no, I didn't marry anybody to get here.